I think one of the things that people have a hard time getting their head wrapped around, I think people understand like, okay, these are like libraries or these are like Lego bricks and people can use them. And we have like open source code and we have, these things. But I think the thing that is hard for a lot of, just business people to understand is that these smart contracts, like they run on this internet computer. They run on like this public operating system. And then once they're out there, that anyone can interact with them as like a shared resource or a shared good, that these are sort of machine enforced contracts that are on the public internet. And that's I think it's a challenging concept for people to get over. And this idea of hey, like compound, which we'll talk more about in a sec. How would you kind of explain that to someone who's not familiar with a decentralized virtual machine or what have you?
Yeah, so I think the best way is with an analogy. So when you deposit money into your bank account, you have really no ability to understand all of the different pieces that go into providing you that financial service. All of the processes and Excel spreadsheets and databases and operations and all the things that go into it that create this very basic financial product for yourself. Put $1 into a bank, have a return, 10 basis points here, whatever it is. There's massive amounts of operations and work behind the scenes to create that for you. Whereas a smart contract on a blockchain is a very simple, tool to create the same financial product or service. The difference is you can see exactly how it works. You can see the lines of code that compose the product or service. You can see exactly how it operates. The community can audit it, vet it,
Right.
and everyone can see exactly all of the logic that went into it and what is expected to happen. And so
this gets to this trust issue, right? Like because it's like this publicly verifiable thing, this publicly auditable thing, that sort of you're dealing with people's value, that public network and public transparency seems like a really key concept here.
Yes, it's one way of reducing surprises by increasing transparency. And in traditional markets, we have a lot of other ways to reduce surprises and create trust and create stability. The advantage of these contracts on a blockchain is, that they're extremely transparent and predictable. And long term, I think that's, a direction that most economic activity is going to shift to because, it's extremely pure. It's extremely efficient. There's very little cost in administrating these contracts. And like, it's kind of like in a lot of ways what people want from financial systems. They want them to be predictable, fast, transparent, fair, and composable into more complex financial services.